Yes, people, I look hitch up in it. Let me try to adjust my seat a bit. I've got it too reclined. So anyway, what's good, y'all? I'm guessing you want to know how the 19th played out. Fortunately for me, it was a day off. And you kind of know how that goes now. What I try and do is get my work done early. Try and do it on an empty stomach. And so the rest of my day is freed up. So, long story short, you know what I mean? Let me just jump into fitness app. I didn't do anything too crazy. I managed to get a lie in, so that helped to bump my sleep score because I'm also tracking that. So yeah, a decent amount of sleep, very important in terms of this. I've started to realize when you think about exercising, you're kind of like, effort, exertion. The recovery is just as important, if not more so. Your body needs time to process cortisol. And if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not getting enough rest, it doesn't have time to process it. It stores it. And cortisol causes you all kinds of problems that I ain't going to go into. But you need decent amounts of sleep. And fortunately, I was in a position where I could do that. So, didn't have to wake up to any alarms. I allowed myself to wake up naturally. Although, I didn't sleep much more than I normally would have anyway when I've got work. But that extra little hour or whatever definitely made a difference, considering I went for a hike the day before and sauna on top of that. So by the time I came out of the sauna, you know how that works. It kind of has a sedative effect. I felt drained, but I felt nice. You know when you feel airy. That's how I felt, man. So yeah, woke up late-ish for me anyway. Then sorted myself out. Thought, you know what, I've got a lot of stuff to do on the computer today, so smart play is go tackle the walk. Easiest way to get that in the bag. Jump up to Sutton Park and get busy. So, stats. There you go. Workout time, hour and 26. Didn't particularly rush. Distance, 4.85. So like, call it 4 3/4 miles. Even though I walked the same route, I took a couple of extra steps, I guess, trying to avoid, jumping off and on the track, because when the weather's nice, what you find is a load of people drive into the park. And there are varying skill levels when it comes to driving in places like parks. So you do have to get out of the way of some people because pedestrians just aren't a priority. So yeah, I managed to get a few extra steps just doing that by the looks of it. But yeah, active calories were 573. Total calories were 750. Average pace was 1754 per mile. Average heart rate was 116. I don't really feel like I tried to do the walk. Do you know what I mean? I didn't push myself by any measure. But it was rated as moderate, so I don't know. Maybe it's the slight change in temperature and climate. My body had to work slightly harder. Heart rate, okay, so there's a slight difference. So it looks like this time around I hit zone 1 and 2. I hit zone 2 temporarily. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't find it much of an effort. Temperature outside was like 10 degrees, but there was a breeze, so it didn't quite feel that warm. But compared to how all of February was and how some days in March have been so far, it was a pleasant day. Can't complain, can't grumble. Yeah, man. So after I tackled my walk, because it was my day off and I like to try and do a few days worth of meal prep, which admittedly I did not do, I ended up going shopping anyway. Stopped at Nick's. She was at work until after 8, so I thought I'd be a nice guy, and in between doing what I was doing on the computer, get dinner on the table for when I get home, or else. So yeah, I kind of did that. But obviously walking around the supermarket and picking up bits and pieces got me some extra steps, which was all good because I knew that I'd be pretty much vegged in front of the computer for the duration of the evening. So where that ultimately left me was, let me get pedometer plus up. Okay, there we go. 15,904, which is 7.2 miles. What can I say? Target acquired. And I didn't really struggle to do it because obviously I got the lion's share of that walk in the morning. So today's takeaways, people. I don't know. I've spoken about it quite a few times during this whole process. The importance of time management in it. I've noticed, it's like today, I know that there's a chance that I'm going to eat some bullshit today. Not saying that I can't, but because I haven't prepped my meals, I now know that the world is open with alternatives, and it could be a fish and chips, chicken and chips day, or a flipping greasy burger day, or a fry up day as a result of me not doing my meal prep. I tried to combat that, however, because what I do is batch boil eggs. So in my trusty little bag, I do have a few things that should hopefully prevent me from doing it. I brought a couple of flipping eggs with me. I got some gherkins in there. I've even got a few pieces of cheese and double Gloucester and chive cheese. So if I feel like snacking, I'ma hit that. Not only that, shout out to them purrs. Rick Ross voice. My latest addiction is conference pears. I really love these, and obviously it's a good alternative to eating flipping chocolate. So I think I've even got an apple in here somewhere. Yep, good old Granny Smith. So I'm trying to put myself in a position, even though I didn't meal prep, that my risks are minimized. And if it comes down to it and I'm hungry later, I'll just find a supermarket and do a little meal deal sandwich thing and opt for something healthy. Because I batch juice as a backup, I had carrot juice ready to go. So I've just thrown some chia seeds in that, and at some point in the day, once the chia seeds have kind of expanded, if I start feeling peckage, it will be a toss between that and obviously regular drinking water. Like I said at the beginning, when it comes to exercise, we all think about exertion equaling results. What I'm starting to realize is it's not just about that physical effort you put in. It's about time management, planning ahead, and thinking about how you are going to support your body in achieving the goals that you set out. So weather's changing now. If you're doing this thing, be mindful. Electrolytes, stay hydrated. And I'm not a nutritionalist. I've just started to realize that certain things work better than leaving shit to chance. On that note, I'm gonna leave you to it, and I'll update you tomorrow. I'll update you tomorrow. If you have started your journey, congratulations. Let me know how you're getting on. If you've got any questions about anything I've said, by all means, slap it in the comments and I will respond. So, until it's time to report back to you guys, peace.